Good afternoon, everyone. Record early snow, Kashmir apple crop wiped out. Himachal Pradesh, Himalaya early snow, record cold, 25 degrees below zero. Scandinavia, jet streams are dipping right along with the La Niña. Let's take a look at the last 25 years of polar vortices. Umpteenth arc storm slamming west coast. All-time record rainfall totals registered there, right along with 3+ feet of snow during the same storm. See the vehicles buried? Oh, inventories at dealers, well below historic lows. You might not even be able to get a car. New studies show that by the time people reach their middle ages, the body often produces less than half of the collagen it did in their youth. Collagen is the main building block in our skin, making up 70 to 80% of it. This is why we get sagging skin and wrinkles as we age. If you want to look younger, you must supplement collagen, which will improve your skin's elasticity, make it smoother, more plump, and more youthful looking. That's why Ageless Multi-Collagen provides 5 key types of collagen you need from 4 different sources, essential to optimally support an array of full-body benefits. No odor, no taste, no clumping, unlike other collagen supplements. And this is why I recommend Health with Adapt2030.com Ageless Multi-Collagen, a quick way for youthful appearance. Use the link in the description box below for 51% off my favorite Ageless Multi-Collagen. And now on with the video. Going to bring you over here to India, Kashmir. Apple crop severely damaged with the weight of the snow. Extensive damage, untimely snow, as the headlines read. This is the 3rd year in a row that these same areas are receiving heavy, dense, early snows affecting agriculture. And if we go right over the border to Himachal Pradesh, sub-zero temperatures in Lahal, Spiti, and Kinnar. 50 roads blocked in the first snowstorms. Looking toward Dharamsala for the first snowfall, that's dense, heavy, and incredibly thick. We're seeing this across the entire northern hemisphere. And over to Europe, extreme cold. Northern Scandinavia, 25 degrees Celsius below zero in the dark purple there. That's 13 degrees Fahrenheit below zero. This early in the season, wonder what media outlets are picking up on this extreme, record-breaking cold front moving in so early. Jet streams are dipping already. La Niña, as well as a weakening sun in its 400-year cycle grand solar minimum, you would expect jet streams and cloud cells to move out of their regular positions. You can see the wave, deep, deep troughs. That's off Scott Duncan's feed. Now, moving over to Severe Weather EU, they had a real nice rundown here on polar vortices for the last 25 years. Starts in November, goes through March, so I picked out mid-December, mid-January, February. So you can stop and pause the screen at any time, see what you think this year might line up as. So December polar vortices, going to have some extreme snows, cooler temperatures. And then if we move into January, the 2019 and 20 and 18 all starting to match up real deep. Troughs way down into Texas and Mexico, record cold temperatures. February seems to be that line, Central Plains states. Then as we move into the March polar vortices, again, these incredible deep troughs really, really far south. So if you're looking for the extreme temperatures, January and March would be my call this year. All the links for these graphics are in the description box below. And when the sun steps down into incredible low activity, like predicted for solar cycle 25 and 26, going to get locked into a negative AO, Arctic oscillation. We're looking at the right graphic. We're going to get more of this, plus La Niña's here. Expected changes with incredibly intense La Niña, cold water pattern out in the Pacific, the effects of the sun on the jet stream, and everything's lining up for an extreme cold winter this year. Massive October snowstorm dumps a meter, 3 feet for those of you in the States, along with record-breaking rain. California ski slopes, super stoked on this. 42 inches of snow in some areas recorded. Cars buried in there. White truck disappeared, pretty camouflaged in the snow. And the same thing seen in Himachal Pradesh. The first snows of the season were absurd, covering full mountain ranges. Usually it's a dusting. You might see a little at the top, but this is a full snow cover. This is out in Tahoe. You can see how deep it is there as well. Some ski resorts might get an early start this year, especially up in Idaho. And if you haven't been following, there's 5 arc storms lined up to come into the West Coast. This is the second and third that have been pummeling the West Coast for now, but as we progress into next week, first week in November, the 4th and 5th systems will arrive. But the total accumulated precipitation, massive amounts. I mean, record-breaking rainfalls and snowfall totals coming in during this time. You can see where the heaviest fire hose dousing the area from that arc storm. Some specifics here. This is off National Weather Service, Sacramento. Look at that, 5.44 inches. That's almost 70% of the entire year's total in this single event. Oroville, which we know from the overtopping dam a few years back, got half of its yearly rainfall total in this single storm. Record-breaking indeed. And off U.S. Storm Watch, first 25 days of October, the wettest on record since at least 79. But a lot of these records are going back into the 1880s. And it's just a different way to look at it here. How much of the monthly total has been received? Many places well above average. And off NOAA, showing you right here, downtown Sacramento, previous record 1880. There's a lot of lithographs of the Sacramento floods back in the 1880s as well. Seems like we're repeating some cycles. And speaking of that, automobiles, during these times, it's going to be a lot of damaged vehicles, property, etc. So if you're going to be looking for a new vehicle because of insurance payouts, inventories at dealers remain well below historical levels. And this is the whole supply chain lockup. And also for farm machinery. You might have a $500,000 tractor sitting there in the field, but if you can't get a tire for it, which is happening right now, it's sitting there in the field idle. Same thing with inventories, new cars, car repair parts, used cars, as a matter of fact. So everywhere you look, replacements are not coming. And then how much in the supply chain disruption will it take to repair all of the infrastructure that was damaged during the storm, as well as just neighborhoods, homes, buildings, etc.? Probably about 3x longer than it would normally. So how prepared are you for these types of emergencies? 3-month emergency food supply, 25-year storable shelf life. Adapt 2030 in My Patriot Supply. Give yourself the peace of mind knowing you have storable foods, and you can ride out some of these unknowns given to us from nature as we move forward. That link's in the description box below. It's a great way to support the channel here. And remember, every single graphic, image, and story is also in the description box, so you can chase it down, do more research on your own, and see if you can connect some dots yourself. I do appreciate you watching. Hope you got something out of the video, and I'll see you next time.